Welcome to another episode of Collaborate and Pull Together, a podcast where we highlight all things positive on and off the table. Tonight, we were going to have a couple of guests joining us, but we're having some technical difficulties as I do not have my normal equipment with me, so I couldn't get them to get on the show with me. That being said, I'll still cover what I plan on doing. It's going to be a shorter show. Please feel free to comment, talk to me in the chat. Let me know what's going on in your corner of the world of arm wrestling. Um, do apologize for the technical difficulties. Um, I will be trying to monitor the chat via my son's iPad. Um, I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you and talking about all things arm wrestling. But before we get into what's coming up, I want to talk a little bit about most recently. I came down to Colorado, as you can see in my background, beautiful mountainous Colorado. My family has let me privileged to stay here with in a mountain house here. Um, but before getting here, I met up with none other than Cire Brown, um, Devil's Backbone Pullers. Yes, the one and only Brian Shaw's training partner. What a humble dude. This guy is really nice. He opened up his home, his practice. His teammates were eager to pull with me. I learned a lot. There's a lot of things that we learn in the sport, right? And we can take it, and sometimes someone explains it in another set of words, another phrase, or just puts it in another frame on it, and it just changes the whole perspective of the sport for me. I love it. I love everything about it. Looking forward to seeing where Saray goes. I know he's got some big plans. Stay tuned to him. And the Devil's Backbone Pullers. Let me go ahead and put their um, QR code right here. So yes, I am using two devices to run this podcast today. I am not too tech savvy, but I'm actually proving to think it's gonna be all right. We're gonna be okay here today. But yeah, check out Devil's Backbone. Saray's in charge of that crew. Much love to them and all the help they provide to get me ready for an upcoming match that I got coming up when I come back from vacation. So this weekend, we got a lot coming up. My buddy Steve Fernandez, as usual, taking the bull by the horns, is taking on a massive monumental task of having amazing lineup of super matches just before the New York Championships up at the Syracuse State Fairgrounds. That's going to be happening this week on Sunday, but then the actual super matches that he's organizing is going to be happening on Saturday. So stay tuned to Steve Fernandez's Facebook page and New York Tri-State Arm Wrestling to see all the links and to watch everything live on his channels, because I believe he's going to be on his YouTube channel as well in the strap. Um, Definitely check that out, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. He puts on a great show, great matches. I got my teammate and protege Alexis Caban on the card. He's taking on Timothy Bushy. A very exciting match. I'm excited to see it all the way here from Colorado. I'm definitely going to be tuning in. And then we also got my boy Shi Lin, who's been a training partner of mine and somebody who I know fairly well throughout the community, making his stamp as the main card, going against none other than Joe Yaros. And Joe's talented. He's been around the block for a few times. He knows what he's doing at the table. The guy's got great energy. I don't know. The one thing I think that Joe's got working for him that she doesn't is Joe knows how to work the table, not just arm wrestle the table, but he gets in his opponent's mind. So unless she is truthfully overpowering, truthfully overpowering, um, Joe may have a chance. Joe may have a chance. Anybody who's in the chat, please send me some questions. Ask me, what's going on. Tell me what's going on in your corner of arm wrestling. I'm coming to you live from Colorado. It is beautiful out here. If you ever have an opportunity to take a ride in the mountains, please do so. It's gorgeous here. Um, and maintaining the podcast while I'm on vacation because I'm obsessed with arm wrestling. Hence the shirt. Uh, I love everything about the sport. I got to link up with Cire Brown a couple days ago. Today we got, as a family, we went whitewater rafting. My son's first experience. A lot of fun. The rapids were like a level one, maybe a level two. But my son got to jump into the water into like a hot spring that was on the river, or they called it a warm spring. And then he had to jump off of a rock into the water. He had a blast. You know, he enjoyed himself. But back to arm wrestling, we we got New York State Tribes, New York State Championship Sunday up in Syracuse at the fairgrounds. Check that out. Amazing experience for all people involved. Um, and then the day before at Average Joe's, we got Steve Fernandez with New York Tri-State hosting super matches. All these are gonna be bangers of matches. I already highlighted my two favorites. I do think, when it comes to matchmaking, Steve definitely has a knack for it. So we look forward to seeing where that goes. Anybody got any questions? I don't see any activity in that chat. All right. Well, we're going to carry on to the next one. The next thing is going to be the Mac pay-per-view 4. Mac 4 is coming up this weekend on Saturday. That's going to be up in Canada, Ottawa, Club 27. Check it out. They're going to have some free preliminary matches on their YouTube channel. But then you're going to have to pay for the pre-stream. If you click that link, it gives you a discount for your viewership. Please take your phone, screenshot this. It'll take the QR code, go into your photos, tap on that photo, and it'll say, it'll give you the link to click on. You click on the link, it'll take you right to the pay-per-view. It's super easy to get into. These guys have made up an amazing card. I actually am very excited about the Philip versus Wayne Withers. Philip Larson versus Wayne Withers. Philip really showed a dominant performance over at the Strongest Arm at this 2 weekends ago, and I was really impressed by him. I know Wayne has a strong hand, and I just it's to be a matter of who's got the stronger hand. I think who can hit their spot a little faster because these guys got long levers. They're both super heavyweights, and it will tell who's going to be next for who type of deal. There's a lot of people waiting at the edge of the seat saying who's going to win this one. Because I honestly don't know. I feel like it can go either way. Wayne's got more experience. Philip's a little newer to the game, but he does bring all that strongman experience to the table. I think that that experience is crucial, second to none, in his training overall. So let's see what we got else coming up. Oh yeah, we got in a few weeks we're gonna have. Oh, I lost my. There we go. We're gonna have New York Tri-State Arm Wrestling on September 20th. I will be on that card facing up against the Mountain Dog. I'm gonna call him actually the Mountain Puppy because I'm here in true mountains, getting myself ready. I am not slacking off on my training, as you can see. I'm as strong as I've ever been. I feel, great. Did some paddling. Whitewater rafting is actually great training for arm wrestling. Great wrist mobility. Get some blood flow back into the hand. Gets me all ready to go. And then afterwards, I got to experience some hot springs. So I am taking you very seriously, Jordan. I wish I could get my other guys on here because they usually give me a little bit more ebb and flow. Anybody have any predictions of what's going to happen this weekend? I am curious to see what people's predictions are. Anybody? Huh. We got a quiet stream today. Nobody has any questions for me in the chat about the upcoming events. Anybody has any questions about this weekend that happened? What I'm doing here in Colorado? Why do I have a mountain background behind me? Anybody? Be happy to answer anything, any questions you got. Let's make this an open format if you want. I, I unfortunately can't send links because this thing is not working the way I wanted to. But if you got any questions about this upcoming weekend with New York Tri-State Arm Wrestling super matches at Average Joe's, feel free to ask who do you think is going to win, who do you think is going to be the standout match, who's going to be the one match that's going to be like, whoa, I did not expect that dude to be able to do that. And then we got New York Arm Wrestling Championships over at New York State Fair. And then we got MAC 4 pay per view. Action packed weekend, guys. Action packed. All right. Well, let's see. I'm going to give people a few more moments if they're typing any questions. I don't see them. I don't know if you guys can see and hear me. If the people who are watching, can you confirm you can see or hear me? Ah, yes. Thank you, Matt. On October 25th, so we're looking a little far forward, but we'll be talking more about that in weeks to come. But October 25th, Twin State Tournament of Terror in Woodsville, New Hampshire. Matt Bush and the Iron Links Arms are going to be putting on a tournament. They're going to have some killer matches. Definitely stay tuned for that. We'll have some links for that probably in the chat. Go ahead and post that link in the chat, Matt, and I can pin that. And I wanted because if you have an event page for that, I would love to go ahead and share it along with everybody. And we got let's see, action packed. So this last weekend was Colorado State's. I missed it though. I missed the Colorado State, but I got a little bit of a light practice with some of the Colorado crew. And then I have this upcoming weekend, we got MAC 4 pay per view, got a free preliminary card. We got New York Tri State Arm Wrestling hosting at Average Show's amazing super matches. We got New York State Championship. We got, let's see, I think there's a few events coming up in early September. Oh, Total Classic. Turtle Man 2 is happening up in the following weekend up in Connecticut. And I do know, I think our buddies down in Beast Mode, New Jersey, they are going to be, oh, Steve, we're going to have to talk a little bit, man. You and I have to have a conversation. but Beast Mode, they're going to have a barbecue as well to celebrate Sergio Lisboa's birthday. Happy birthday, brother! Early. And then September 13th. I don't think there's anything that I want that any of my guys are going to be going to. But then September 20th there's going to be King of the Tri-State 2, and then also Matt Challenger Series. I want to say that's the fourth one. That's going to be up in London, Canada. I'm looking forward to seeing all of that. I'm going to be over at, of course, the King of the Tri-State 2. We got a statement to make, right-handed. Yeah, I'm excited for all things to come with arm wrestling. Anything and everything to do. Because here's the thing about my opinion about all these different productions that are happening simultaneously. Some people are going to sit here and say, there's too many, it's watering it down. Here's the thing, the sport's growing, involvement's growing, and opportunities need to grow with it. We need more opportunities for people to experience the sport of arm wrestling. And if it means that there's going to be one closer to home, then let them go to the one that's closer to home, more convenient, to let them get bitten by the bug of arm wrestling. And they can really experience what this community is about. Instead of shaming another organization or throwing shade on them, let's help them and cross promote them And some of them I will definitely cross promote. Some of them, obviously, for my own personal reasons, I'm not mentioning. But for the most part, anybody who's got multiple events in one day, I'm going to be, for the most part, I'd say happy to highlight them. Um, because each and every promotion presents an opportunity for a new puller to experience the sport. Um, so let's keep it going. I want to keep this as my background forever. I don't know about you. This is beautiful. I don't know if you can see the mountainscape behind me. We drove over the mountains to get here. It was actually really cool. A little scary, I'm not gonna lie. Driving through clouds, freaking wild stuff. This is gonna be a short episode if nobody's really gonna be interacting. Uh, how'd you do at Colorado State, Steve? Tell us how you did. Um, yeah, I know somebody actually said you're on vacation. You should cancel the podcast. I gotta connect with you guys every time I can. I got a little frustrated with my technology not working the way I wanted to. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Win some, you lose some. Sometimes you're gonna have issues with technology. It just doesn't work in your favor. But it's all good. We're gonna keep going. The show does go on. So I see we got three people watching. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. Let's see what else we got coming up. Let's see. Oh, stay tuned for the Shot Callers series. We're going to be doing something November 1st on Long Island. So definitely save the date on that because it's going to be on Long Island at, we are going to be at a place called the Fit Factory. More details are going to be coming, but it's an epic venue. It's going to have food. It's going to have custom shirts, custom awards. We're going to be doing 50 super matches and a king and queen of the table. Um, also, stay tuned to anything with Red Light Streaming. Red Lightning Streaming has got some of the best shows on the planet for arm wrestling. Love them, love it, and love them. Oh, silly me. I got something big coming. All right. Mithril Arm Wrestling Equipment. Some of you have seen this company name, some of you have not. We have a very new collaboration in the works. So I don't want to count my eggs before they hatch, but if you tune into his Facebook page, or sorry, Instagram page, you'll see this collaboration. I'll keep the little cloaks and dagger going on right now, because I don't want to jinx it just yet, but I'm in communications at a very high level with probably one of the biggest collaborations I've ever personally been a part of. On the outside of the sport, from an entity coming into the sport, they're looking to build a pretty cool league and kind of start a movement um, within their world, their corner of the world, and expand the horizons of what arm wrestling could be. So definitely something to stay tuned to. Oh, next month, I do believe, actually also on October 25th, down in Florida, Garage Grinders is hosting their very first ever tournament. Check them out if you're down in Florida. It's going to be a banger of an event. I'm looking forward to my buddy John Hutchinson throwing his first event. So the guy really loves arm wrestling, and he's going to do well. He's going to do very well. What's up, Drew? Drew, do you got any questions for me, bro? Thank you for tuning in. You're everywhere, man. You are everywhere. Let's see, what else do we got going on? October 11th, more recent, sooner coming in, is going to be TOF 3, TAWF 3, Team Arm Wrestling Federation, Toronto versus Montreal. For those of you who don't know what TOF is, TOF is a um, team based arm wrestling event where they pull teams from local areas to their cities to represent their city. And they are going to be building their individual teammates as a whole team by way of sponsorships, by way of uh, team owners, and they're going to try to really create this draft pool concept. Well, they've created it. They're implementing this draft pool concept to pretty much have the cream of the crop represent their region. And one of the coolest things about it is they're actually going to have a Long Island versus Detroit um, segment of this going into next year, and I'm looking forward to it. And it's going to be an epic time um, to be a part of this. So I'm looking forward to being up there with Canada, Canada's installment, because they actually just recently announced a partnership with Fight TV Network. So that's where some big money is going to be coming into the sport. I mean, I know some entities have some money coming in already, but this is going to be a little bit more, in my opinion, a little more sustainable. Because you're not just going to be looking at one arm wrestler. You know, we all have our favorite arm wrestlers, right? I know I do, but when I have a team of arm wrestlers, then it creates a whole new dynamic, a whole new purpose to follow this group, this entity, and it excites the hell out of me. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of lives going on at the same time. But guess what? It's all recorded. So you don't have to watch it necessarily live. You can just go back and rewatch it in your free time. Especially, when I'm driving or I'm doing a workout, I go back and listen to someone else's podcast if they're on the same time as I am. Trust me, I would love to catch some of the people they're on at the same time as me. I believe today's going to be a short one, so you're going to be able to tune back into them in no time. Let's see what else we got. As I mentioned earlier, Beast Mode New Jersey, check them out. They're always throwing events. They're always throwing some fun ones. They're one of those grassroots style. They like to be in the bars. They like to be in, um, you know, the local spots that are easy to get to. There's no problem with that. There's no problem with that at all. As I said, there's room in the sport for it all to grow, and these guys are growing in their own way, and I applaud them for their effort and what they're doing. Oh, another thing to notify you guys about is going to be No Team Arm Wrestling has got something in the works. They are working with Team West Coast of Puerto Rico. Definitely check out their Facebook page and see what they got going on. These guys, in my opinion, are the guys you ever want to get a hold of if you're going down to Puerto Rico for arm wrestling and get in contact with them. I They have recently just had one of the guys from High Five at their practice, and I mean they give you an open welcome, and it's such a you feel like you're part of a family that long lost family relative that you hadn't seen for forever. So I look forward to seeing what their event comes with. All right, guys. Since I haven't seen too much involvement from you guys, if you have any questions, I'm going to give you about another 30 seconds to a minute to ask any questions. This is just a short update live of collaborating pulled together while I'm on vacation in Colorado. I'm loving the place. I'm going to enjoy my vacation, enjoy my family. If you guys don't have any questions, and I'll take it to a 30-minute mark. Why not? Um, I did see my go-to therapy cryotherapy guy, New York Cryogen Incorporated. He is a major sponsor for me. Who has helped subsidize almost every one of my arm wrestling adventures. Um, Dedicated arm wrestling adventures, not this trip that I'm here in Colorado, but he also subsidizes my recovery. Where if you see me on my Instagram or on my Facebook, I'm getting sprayed with this cold air. It is it's how I train hard and recover even harder, and it keeps me going. Keeps me at my A game. Right now, I will show a commercial about them because I think the earlier you show commercials, you get flagged for them. But if you show them later in the show, you're good to go. All right, so that is my sponsor, New York Cryogen Incorporated. This gentleman pretty much has changed the trajectory of my arm wrestling career single-handedly. Um, he takes pressurized cryotherapy and attacks the inflammation by pretty much blasting the area with very cold temperatures. It rids the inflammation, as you see the time on the last clock, within 2 minutes. So people say, oh, inflammation's good, inflammation's good. It's the extended periods of inflammation that's not good. That's where it can damage tissue and soft tissue injuries can occur because you have prolonged inflammation in the body. This gentleman, when I overtrain, when I'm getting, ramped up for a super match like I am, gives me the opportunity to train without inflammation that is damaging me and allows my body to heal. And with that cryotherapy, that rapid cool down, it actually helps the body naturally produce collagen, which actually helps fortify the tendons and the sinuous tissue and it in connective tissue as well. And it just helps strengthen and condition from the training so that when I go to lift, I'm not hurting myself anymore. I'm not hurting. And my base lift now becomes even higher than ever imagined, because I'm actually recovering from a heavy duty workout. So I haven't seen too many other people questioning anything in the chat. It's a short live, quick update here in Colorado. I'll be back home next week. Um, so we'll see who we can get on the show. Maybe we'll do a recap of the super matches, MAC event, New York State Championship. Let's see if I can try catching all of them on their lives and tuning in from Colorado. Thank you for all that tuned in today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, pull hard, pull smart, and let's pull together.